Mike, a 2-0 win here at Hereford, another win on the road this week. How do you reflect on that?
Delighted, really pleased with the performance and the result. Tough place to come. The manager, Josh, he's got them organised and they've got a good team, and we knew if we weren't on our standards and our intensity, then we could be undone here. So it was a real team effort, collective, and I felt as though, we got the rewards for a hard graft.
Yeah, had a lot of possession, both sort of first half and second half. Obviously, first half staying 0-0 going at the break, quite limited in terms of sort of clear chances wise. I mean, did you feel like you had sort of control over things at that point, or was it always a case of being wary of getting hit on the counter at that point?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a game plan, like many teams. I felt as though they were much more organised than most, and they were inviting us into situations that we didn't want to find ourselves in. And on reflection, I felt as though we could have broken the deadlock in the first half, but ultimately we had to go in half time, and it was just really reiterating the fact that continue the good work we're doing. Be ready for that counter press, because like I say, they're good at what they do. They get you in situations that are uncomfortable, and then they smother you, and they looked always dangerous from the counter attack. And then also they had a spell in the second half where they maybe 5-10 minutes where they dictated a little bit. So we've just got to be patient. We know that we're not going to have 70-80% possession every week, but we've got to make sure that we were making good decisions and being threatening off the ball as well, which we were today.
Second half, you came out, created a few chances quite early on, got the couple of goals through Jack and Keds within about sort of 8 minutes of each other, I think. But on Jack's as well, obviously not perhaps the most usual scorer for you, but is it pleasing from that point of view that it's not just the strikers that are getting in those positions, that there's midfielders, or is at that point Jack's playing at the back as well and he's still kind of popping up in those positions and getting himself a goal?
Of course, yeah. Like we always talk about the collective. We've got a quick turnaround now, game Tuesday, which will be another tough test, but ultimately, we always put high demands on the boys, and today especially we asked our front three to really be difficult to beat, and to defend from the front, defend as high possibly, to try and give the back line relief, because we know they've got good offensive players, and they did that. So like I say, through all the departments, we defend together, we attack together, and that's the ethos, and we did it really well today.
As you mentioned earlier, obviously second away win of the week for you, 6 points to cap off sort of this week. When you look back at that, does that feel like an overall pretty pleasing week for you, or are there still things to work on in your mind?
Always things to work on, and there's many more weeks to come, so it'll be a very short reflection in terms of seeing where we can improve, watching it back, doing the analysis thoroughly, and then very quick turnaround to a difficult game against Hereford.
And just obviously to touch on Taylor Charters coming in yesterday, obviously no doubt a difficult one when you're a player coming into a whole new team on not an awful lot of notice, but how do you feel he fared today slotting into the midfield?
I thought he was excellent. I thought he's a young lad, drove five hours down the motorway, got the loan done within a couple of hours, so that's how quickly football changes, and he really did. Being honest, it was a bit of a decision whether to play myself or stick him straight in, and we collectively made the decision to put him in, and he reflected that in terms of the honesty, our blueprint, our identity, which we had a lot of references from that, but he was excellent. Like I say, it says a lot about a player, a young lad who can come into firstly a team, and a team like ourselves that demands such high standards and intensity, and keep up with the pace. So he was brilliant. I'm delighted for him, but again, I can't leave out any of the lads. The lads were phenomenal. They had to give him a hand and try and help him organise, because we've had no time to work. So like I say, always go back to the collective. They were excellent today and thoroughly deserve the win.